Do you remember what it felt like to walk the streets of your hometown a few decades ago? The air smelled different, the streets sounded different, and the little details, the ones you barely noticed back then, were everywhere. Today the city is still here, but those details, many of them have quietly disappeared, leaving only memories for those who live them. So let's take a walk together, back through time, to the streets, sights, and sounds that shaped our days, and then slowly faded away. Number one, the classic telephone booth. They stood on corners like glass sentinels, sturdy little rooms where anyone could step inside and connect with the world. Not just a place to make a call, but a sudden shelter from the rain, or a quiet space to whisper something to your crush. You'd slide the door closed with that satisfying clunk, drop in your quarter, and hope the line connected. Now, they're almost gone. The few that remain stand like forgotten monuments, relics from a time before the glowing rectangle in our pockets became our lifeline. Number two, the handwritten, broken parking meter. Long before credit cards and smartphone apps ruled our curbs, parking meters were small metal soldiers guarding every spot. When one broke, there wasn't an alert or error code, just a scrap of paper taped inside the glass, in handwriting that said simply, broken. It felt oddly rebellious, like a tiny victory for every driver who spotted it. Those scribbled notes were part of the city's charm, imperfect, human, and unpolished. Number three, the milk chute walked through certain older neighborhoods, and you might still spot a small metal door in the side of a house. That was the milk chute, a direct delivery system from the milkman to your kitchen. Each morning, the soft clink of glass bottles sliding through was a gentle alarm clock for families. It was personal, local, and quietly magical. Then supermarkets took over, and the milk chute was sealed shut, a tiny piece of daily life sealed away with it. Number four, the wooden playground, huge castle-like structures made of thick timber standing proudly in the park. They had towers, bridges, secret hideouts, and yes, they gave us splinters. But they also gave us kingdoms to rule and adventures to live out. We climbed higher, ran faster, and built imaginary worlds on those creaky planks. Eventually, safety regulations replaced them with bright plastic structures. They're safer now, but somehow smaller in spirit. Number five, the corner store with the faded sign. Every neighborhood had one. The little shop on the corner. The sign above the door was sun-faded, the floor a little sticky, but it was more than just a place to buy milk or bread. It was where you spent your allowance on a paper bag of candy or a neon-colored slushie. The owner often knew your name, maybe even your family. Now chain stores have replaced many of them, and though the shelves are stocked, the sense of belonging is harder to find. Number six, the arcade machine in the laundromat. For kids, doing laundry could be the highlight of the week, not because of the clothes, but because of the arcade machine glowing in the corner. Street Fighter, Pac-Man, Galaga, the sounds of digital battles mixing with the hum of dryers. A few quarters could turn an hour of waiting into an hour of joy. Now, most laundromats are quieter, more efficient, but a lot less fun. Number seven, transit tokens. Before the tap of a card or the beep of a pass, the city ran on tokens. Small metal coins that felt like secret currency. You'd keep them in your pocket, ready to drop into the fare box with a satisfying clink. The ding of a streetcar bell and the rumble of the bus were part of the city's heartbeat. Now it's all digital, quicker, cleaner, but missing that tactile magic. Number eight, wooden escalators. Step into certain old department stores or subway stations, and you might remember the wooden escalators. They rattled, clattered, and carried you upward like a conveyor belt into another time. They were solid, heavy, and full of character. Today's escalators are smooth and silent. Efficient, yes, but they don't quite whisper stories the way the old ones did. Number nine, the pull cord on the city bus. On older buses, you didn't press a button to signal your stop. You reached up and tugged a cord running the length of the bus. The sharp ding told the driver you were ready to get off. It was a small, satisfying ritual, one that made you feel like part of the machinery that kept the city moving. Number 10, Neon signs. At night, the city used to glow. Big, bold neon letters spelling out the names of diners, theaters, and bowling alleys. They didn't just tell you where you were. They became landmarks, part of the city's personality. Each one hummed faintly and bathed the streets in color. Now, most have been replaced by bright, cold LEDs. Functional? Yes. But neon had soul. Cities evolve, buildings rise and fall, technology replaces tradition, and life moves on. But every so often, I find myself walking down a street and catching a glimpse of something. A shape, a sound, a flicker of light that makes me think of what used to be. And for just a moment, I'm back there, hearing the ding of the bus cord, feeling the splintery railing of the playground, and watching the neon glow against the night sky. Because the city isn't just a place, it's a memory. And memories live forever.